What is up, guys? Steveetheblack back with another video. And
what's up, guys? Zach came here.
Zach came here. We're back with another video, episode 3 of E&E. And this video and a couple more videos after this is going to be tribute to our older brother, Steveetheblack Coleman. You guys also may know him as Steveetheblack, who sadly passed away over a month ago. And we are still deeply hurt by it every single day. We think about him every day. And I was going through his phone and I saw a couple video ideas he wanted to do for his friends and his podcast. And he never got to finish because his friends quit his podcast. He was going to make another one with some new friends, and he never got that chance. So I figured, why not me, him, his brothers, finish that list for him. And the first thing on his list was, what was the best channel growing up and top 5 shows from each channel. So I sent it, and he has his list, and it's not in any particular order either. It's not like, oh, number 1's the best and 5 is the worst. No, it's just 5 shows you enjoyed. So before we get into the 5 shows, you know what, let's get into the 5 shows first and explain why. And then after that, we're going to discuss which channel was the best. So why don't you start off first? What do you want to do first? Cartoon Network? Alright. I guess I'll do my first one on my list for Cartoon Network. First on my list is Adventure Time. Personally, me, Adventure Time is probably top 5 favorite cartoons, not even Cartoon Network, top 5 cartoon shows in general. That's how much funny that show is, how much I love it. I recently, a few months ago, have rewatched the entire series because I never actually finished the entire series. It's one of my favorites. I was so shocked when I was like, yo, I didn't watch every episode. So let me go ahead and do that. The show, half the series is good, the other half is horrible, but there's still some bright spots in the other horrible spots in the season. So I really like it. What I always try to find out the show is just being hilarious. People want story, I just want to laugh. And that's what I think Adventure Time was able to accomplish with me the entire time the series kept going on through. So I just think that's really cool, and yeah. So I just think they definitely have to put that in my top 5. I love that show. You! Maybe show me the Cartoon Network list.
Alright, so my number 1 show on Cartoon Network would have to be Regular Show. Alright, just Regular Show was a really good show. I mean, pretty much almost every episode that you watch on there at least had to make you laugh at least one. So that's why I love Regular Show. It's a really good show. And I also was rewatching it like a couple years ago. I was also rewatching it a couple years ago, and I was like, dang, this is actually a pretty good show. And then also, just like what you said, it's a show where it starts off very good, and then once you go to the ending season, the show gets like really bad. Pretty much looks like they're just making the show for like money and stuff. So yeah, no one should probably.
Best show, favorite show, Cartoon Network all time, or just number 1 or what? Okay, alright. Number 2 for me. What are you doing, man? Same as him, I got Regular Show on that list. Regular Show is one of the most funniest shows, cartoons in general. Like the randomness of that show, of Muscle Man saying "my mom," of his Mordecai and Rigby just blowing people up and getting into a fight every day. Benson threatening to fire them, and how Steve just knows everything. How Pops is just weird. Like that entire show is just hilarious, and you can be 28 years old, sit down and watch that show and just laugh. You could be 30, 40, 50, I don't care how old you are, you can sit there and watch an episode of that show and just laugh at how funny it is. And that's what I always get out of a lot of these shows. I just want to laugh. Some people look for story, and I'm like, what are you looking for story for, man? That's not for that. It's supposed to make you laugh. And yes, as the season kept going on, the show funniness did dial down. Then they went to outer space, but that season kind of sucks for me. But I felt the finale was still really good, and it felt like a regular show again. Just a bunch of craziness. And that's actually, regular show has some of the best finales I've actually ever seen, because not a lot of shows have good finales anymore. I feel like regular show was able to accomplish that. By the way, I don't think Adventure Time has a good finale. I'm just gonna say that.
Number 2 was what happened. Bakugan Battle Brawler. When I was a little kid, this show used to be very good. It was so good. And I used to love watching the show. I used to wake up early watching it all the time. Bought the toys, bought the shit, buy the shit. I got the shirts, all of that. And it was a really good show. Then second season, I mean, that's kind of where it started to fall off. And after that, I just got toys after that. I didn't watch it. I watched like a couple episodes of the Daily Invaders. The Kingdom series is like so bad. It's very hard to comprehend how bad the show is. The show is the last season was so bad. Very interesting stuff about it. You watch the show now, so I just already know how good it is.
Done? Hey, that was quick. Alright, number 3 for Cartoon Network for me is actually one of Levi's favorite cartoons of all time, Ed, Edd n Eddy. That show was hilarious from beginning to end. I don't care what you say. And that's rare. Like, for a show to stay funny from the beginning to the end, you can't find that anymore. And I feel like Ed, Edd n Eddy was able to accomplish that. And I know the creator didn't really like Ed, Edd n Eddy that much. He kind of made it on like a bit or a dare. And he ended up, the show ended up becoming popular, but he hated that. And personally, it sucks for him because a lot of people love it. I remember I wanted to reboot my Levi's, then Steveetheblack did it. He was like, I don't want them to reboot it because they're gonna ruin it. I was like, yeah, I guess you're right. Everyone thought they were when these pictures came out, but it was fake. So, yeah, Ed, Edd n Eddy was just hilarious. Me and my brother was kind of like Ed, Edd n Eddy. Levi's, he was Ed. I was Eddie. Like him with a D,
A personal stuff like he's jumping into this. I hate that show. I think the show was just like very dumb.
He used to like it.
I never liked that.
No, he used to like it.
I used to just play the games and
no, he used to like it. He used to like it.
Yeah,
he liked it.
I hated that show.
You liked it.
No,
He did like it. He just all of a sudden started hating it now, but he liked it before. But the show is just funny. Like I said, I'm a guy who loves comedy. Personally, I love trying to find comedy in a lot of movies and TV shows. I don't read it all the time, but that's the majority of what I love. So Ed, Edd n Eddy, again, another show that had a really good finale. The Big Picture show, perfect, man. That Homeland and me, you know what I'm talking about? Perfect. That's how that Big Picture show was, man. You finally get to see Eddie's big brother and see how he's a bunch of jerks and all the friends kind of help Eddie team up on his brother, and they're all like, "Yeah, you're cool now. Johnny's a dork." I just felt like that was really awesome, man. That was pretty cool. Yeah.
Alright, 9 numbers to show what happens in Okay, so here's where I don't really love Teen Titans. It's just like a very show that you can just sit down and watch it. So I remember like 10 years ago, all my brothers, me and guys, late show. Like sometimes we living like at two houses. So we used to like go to the other house, and the only thing we used to watch them was straight up is Teen Titans. Teen Titans this, Teen Titans that. And it was just like that feeling. Dang, bro, that's actually a pretty good show. Yeah, I mean, the Teen Titans Go now, bro. The show's bad. Everybody knows that. The show's like very boring, but like it's funny though. Like the earlier episodes, like those episodes are pretty funny.
I like Teen Titans too. I guess I'll put that as an honorable mention, but again, the show never got to finish, which sucks. Alright. Which I personally believe is my brother's favorite show of all time, which I did recently rewatch the entire series except for the new reboot, Ben 10. So again, I think we both can agree that was his favorite cartoon of all time.
Yeah.
He loved Ben 10.
He had like a whole list.
Yeah, he got a whole list about Ben 10 of like Alien X wish list, or if you just want to help people around the world. That had to be his favorite show of all time, like top 3 of all time. Favorite cartoon. Excuse me. So much that I went into the room and he basically stole our Omnitrix. He had bought me an Omnitrix from what's it called, Omniverse, and you guys took it. He had the Alien Force one. You guys took it. I had the original, and you guys took it. And I think he had his own too. So he took like all of our Ben 10 stuff, and he just loved that show. And I remember recently rewatching the series, and that show is just really good. People don't realize Ben can hang with a lot of these superheroes out here. Like Alien X, that's probably wiping out most of the superheroes. He probably disagree all he wants, but it's true. But Ben 10, man, I love it. My brother loves it, and maybe he can have it on Omnitrix in heaven. You never know.
He actually took number 4, so I'm gonna replace it.
What was your number 4?
Ben 10 also.
Talk about it. It's fine. I have regular show on mine. No. Go ahead. Explain why you love Ben 10.
Number 4.
Come on, bro. Just explain why you
Probably
love
have to be Beyblade, bro. Oh, bro, I love Beyblade, dude. I have the toys. I have the shirt. I have the stadium. Everything. I have my own channel about Beyblade. So if you want to follow me on YouTube, my handle is Zach King. So yeah, that is the whole thing about Beyblade. So I actually found Bakugan first, then I found Beyblade. Yeah, so the reason why I love Beyblade so much because the show is awesome. Okay, maybe people don't understand because how do you like this show? It's just spinning top. Yeah, well you have to have that anime mindset. Okay. Like, you can say that same thing about all the other animes. Like, for example, Dragon Ball. Like, why do you like Dragon Ball? All they do is just fight and scream for a whole episode. Yeah, so why do you like crime shows? All they do is just find people who are dead and then try to see who killed them. Like, that's basically what you're trying to say with, like, other animes.
It's entertainment.
Exactly. So, also comes close with the music that happens. Like you can just feel the battle, you can just feel everything. That's the one thing I like about TV shows. That some TV shows make me feel like, cause I'm not really that I don't know what the word is, but you probably understand what it is. But I'm not like that. So if shows can make me feel something while watching it, then I would like it'll be so good. So yeah, so the music on Beyblade is amazing. Beyblade first, I mean, it's technically Disney. And only the first 2 seasons was actually good. Third season was alright, and after that, the season actually got pretty bad. So, yes, my number 4 was Beyblade, the Metal series.
Last but not least, for Cartoon Network, my favorite anime of all time. We talked about it here a lot. Dragon Ball Z. Now I wasn't even sure if I was able to put Dragon Ball Z on this list, but technically it's on Cartoon Network, so it should count. So why do I love Dragon Ball Z? A lot of people say there's no story with Dragon Ball Z. It's just a bunch of fighting.
It's true. There is no story. All the villains on there are pretty much the same. Yeah.
There's no story. It's just a bunch of fighting. It's not very serious, bro. The purpose of Dragon Ball Z is that you can sit down and be entertained. Everybody feels like when you have to write something, it has to be the best story ever told. One of the favorite anime of all time is One Piece. I watch One Piece and Dragon Ball Z. They are basically the exact same thing, but what people say about Dragon Ball Z, they don't say about One Piece. Why? I do not know. Because people are that stupid and they can't open their eyes to see that they're basically the exact same thing. There's no good storyline. It's just a new arc, new villain, you beat the villain, you move on, you get stronger. And Dragon Ball Z teaches about being better than you was yesterday. They keep telling you to push forward, be better than everybody else, and try to be the best, man. Which Goku basically did. Every single time a villain came to his past, he pushed himself so far that he ended up surpassing them and then would defeat them. And this Dragon Ball Z was just able, I could sit there and watch an episode and just be entertained, man. I could tell you, just pick an episode and just sit there and watch them fight, man, and just can't wait to watch the next. I've seen so many people who hated on Dragon Ball Z finally watch it and just like, yeah, this is good. I'm entertained. I like it now. For example, Jack the Bus hated Dragon Ball Z, watched it finally, played Kakarot, watched Super, and now he's a fan of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just give it a chance, and I believe you will like it, and you will see what the hype is all about. So yes, Dragon Ball Z, one of the most popular, and matter of fact, confirmed by Japan, is the most popular anime of all time.
Huh?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
Wait, what did you just say?
Confirmed by Japan, Dragon Ball Z is the most popular anime of all time.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Because the most popular anime in Japan is One Piece. All around the, okay, here's the thing.
Worldwide.
Okay, it's different because
yeah,
here I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna use not okay. Here's something. Okay, it is different. Okay, so all around the world, the #1 sport in the world is football, aka soccer, all that good stuff. Okay, #1 sport in the world is football. Here in the U.S., #1 sport is football, tackle football. Throwing the football, that. So, and then all those players don't even know what technically football is. In Japan, the #1 anime is One Piece. Always been there. There's like whole statues of One Piece in Japan. There's no statues of Dragon Ball in Japan, to my knowledge, that there is not.
Okay, a few months ago. News, did research, look it up for the most popular anime worldwide.
Yeah, worldwide is Dragon Ball.
That's what I said!
I thought you were talking about Japan!
No, I said it was on Japan news! I'll slap you. He don't listen. Hey, he doesn't listen. No, you don't listen.
No, guys. You don't listen, okay?
Okay,
now
excellent.
Come on, buddy. Okay, my #5 would probably have to be Amazing World Gumball. I don't know, there's the really
I've never seen him watch that show before.
I have watched the show before, okay? Fine, okay, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna say Dragon Ball Z too. Okay? I'm gonna say that too. You know why? First of all, he said Dragon Ball has never been that show where you can just sit and just watch it and be entertained. No, it's not. Because if he knows about Akira Toriyama, he would know that he likes story time. He put, what's it called, one of the best stories ever told, which was Journey to the West. He put that in Dragon Ball. Pretty much everything.
He didn't write Journey to the West.
I know he didn't write it. He based it off that.
Exactly.
That's what I was saying. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, so it's based off one of the greatest stories, Journey to the West. And all of that is based off his Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z, people, you can't literally watch one whole episode and just see Goku and them talking for 22 minutes straight. Nobody wants that, okay? People watch it for the fight. Nobody watched it for the story, okay? The story...
That's what I said.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I said you sit there and you watch it and you be entertained. I didn't say nobody sits there and watch the best story ever told. If you want to watch an anime with good stories, go ahead and watch Attack on Titan. Alright? Go ahead and watch Death Note. Those are two animes that have a great, amazing story. But if I say you want to sit down and be entertained and watch some amazing fights, then watch Dragon Ball Z. You want to sit back and laugh? Watch Dragon Ball Z. That's what I'm saying. I've never said Dragon Ball Z stories are so amazing. It's so awesome. I've never said saying, okay? That's what people like. Yes, is their story? Yes, but it's not an amazing story. It's a solid story that you can be like, okay, fine. You know, why are you a villain? I want to blow up the earth. That's how most people were back then. If you go read those comic books, I'm evil. I'm just gonna blow up this boat for no reason. just so I can kill some
Yeah,
people.
you wanna explain that?
No, it's I have to blow up this boat because I have to save the atmosphere or something stupid.
Okay. Alright, so what I was saying as I'm losing my train of thought, okay? Dragon Ball Z was made for the story, as I was saying, because if it was just made for the fights, right? If it was just made for the fights would have lasted for so long. The reason why the fights lasted so long is because of the story, not the fights. He created the show for a story, not just a whole bunch of fights. Dude, there's not, I don't know how many episodes Dragon Ball Z has, but there's not at least one fight. Most of them are at least one fight or just a little bit of stuff, okay? Now let's go on Nickelodeon. You know what? We're gonna have a whole podcast. Is Dragon Ball Z for the fight or for the story? I think it's for the story.
I think it's for the fights and entertainment.
Alright, we're doing Nickelodeon now.
Alright. My personal, I think is the best show on Nickelodeon. I think it's the best show on Nickelodeon. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now that's some story, okay? That's a show that has an amazing story that
But
really
can he be Goku though?
no one can.
Exactly.
That's what I love. No one can be Goku. He's Goku.
Superman. Oh, you see how you made him shut up?
No, I didn't shut up because I think Superman can't. I don't think that. But that's
Superman can't beat Goku in a fight.
That's another story. That's another podcast episode. Who would actually win the fight? Goku versus Superman. That's another thing.
Why try to blow him out of the water when we do that debate episode?
Yeah, I'm sure. Jit has never read a Superman comic in his
Yeah.
life.
Yes, I have read a Superman comic. What are you talking
No,
about?
you haven't.
Guy, you think you're a Superman connoisseur just because you watched Smallville?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
He said, I used to hate Superman, but ever since I watched Smallville, I like him now.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, so why he keeps saying that Superman won't beat Goku in a fight. Superman can't beat Goku in a fight.
That's another story.
Oh, okay. The only time I ever say, without using powers, hands down, yes, Goku can't beat Goku. I mean, hands down, with no blast, no abilities or nothing, just straight up martial arts, yes, Goku will beat Superman in a fight. Alright. Avatar.
Avatar has probably one of the best stories ever written for a cartoon. So much that it wasn't just for kids, it became for people of all ages. You had teenagers, young adults in general watching this show. So much they made a live action movie that sucked and a live action TV show. So much when over 10 years after the show had ended and it went on Netflix, the show went #1. It was in the top 10 for like 2 months. It was like top 10 for 2 months because that's how it showed that so many people still love the show, and it shows you how popular it was. And Nickelodeon, everyone was so shocked that people still remembered Avatar, and didn't know they had such a big fan base that they now are bringing it back with new movies and just creating a whole universe about it now, which I'm so excited for. And I know you guys have been excited for it too. I remember I was talking about it with them. The character development for Zuko, man, going from I'm trying to regain my honor to finally beat my father again to I must defeat my father and help the Avatar. And Aang going from the fun, having joking, goofy kid to, I'm the Avatar and I have responsibilities, but still at the same time being that fun and goofy kid. From seeing Sokka go for some goofy warrior to a serious warrior for the Southern Water Tribe. Going see from Katara barely learning water bending, now to be able to blood bend anyone she can, anybody, really. From seeing Toph, well, she didn't really have no character development, but just seeing her create her own bending style out of the freaking blue just shows you how amazing she is. Avatar really, you can't, there's not one character in that show you can see I really hate that character. I can't stand him. It's just everybody in that show is just amazing. Seeing Azula go through her whole crazy psycho phase at the end of the series, Man, it's just amazing. And Avatar is just one of the best. It's a masterpiece.
You know? My number one show will be Avatar 2. The show is really good. I used to hate the show, but then I think 2020, COVID, I watched it and I was like, dang, but it's actually a pretty good show. So yeah, that's what I think.
See, it's how you know you don't pick good shows.
I just picked the same show that you did.
You know, you said, I used to hate Avatar, but the 2020 I like it too. Yeah, pretty good job. That's what I said. When did you ever hate Avatar?
When I was a kid, I didn't like that show.
What? See how he never says any of this? Oh, I used to hate, I hate it. He never said that was younger.
I still do hate that show.
No, I said you never said that though. And
I always said
no,
that.
you haven't.
Yes, I did.
No, you haven't.
Okay, man, your number 2 show, okay? This nigga put SpongeBob.
SpongeBob's hilarious. Yes, the majority of the series sucks, but everybody knows. Nothing much for me to say. SpongeBob's hilarious. I was just watching some clips the other day. The April Fool's clip of that's for a couple of ice cubes, and I only gave you one. That's hilarious. I was just watching the clip of the guy saying, "Hey all you people, hey all you people, hey all you people, won't you listen to me?" I was watching that clip. SpongeBob's hilarious and a funny show, man. You can't get enough of it. All right. My point.
My second show would be iCarly. iCarly, what he said. Okay, iCarly, it don't have a story. It's just a show. So iCarly is a show where you're bored, you just put it on TV, don't even pay attention, and then look up, watch for a few seconds, and then start laughing. So that's just a good show. We got shoot, everybody says iCarly is one of the best shows that Dance Time ever created. So,
yeah, that was quick. Alright. My third show, very, not old show, 90s show, that a lot of people talk about nowadays, but I think the show's hilarious from beginning to end. And that show is Kenan and Kel. I don't know how he feels about the show personally, but I know he biased liked it and I liked it. Heck, I was Kel, he was Kenan, man. That was just a hilarious show. Like I told you, I just love shows that are just really fun. And Kenan and Kel was able to accomplish that from season 1 to season 5. You know, there's not, I can't tell you a bad episode of Kenan and Kel. I can't be like, yeah, that episode kind of sucked. You know, it was kind of boring. I can't tell you that because Kenan and Kel knew how to put something funny in each episode, even if the story wasn't that good. And I don't care for story that much. Even if the story was like, yo, we gotta go to this library and pick up a book. They could turn that into the most funniest thing ever by Kel ripping up the book. They have to go to another library, find that book. They have to go to another library, replace that book, and just so on and so forth. Or just constantly mess it up until the end where he's just like, yep, why? Like the show was just hilarious. I think it won Kids' Choice Awards. And they're not even beating out other shows. That just shows you how popular and funny that show was, man. You gotta love Kenan and Kel. They got amazing chemistry. They're probably one of the 2 actors ever that has had amazing chemistry. Like, not a lot of actors have that nowadays. And those 2 still have it, 30 years later, man. It's awesome.
My number 3 is called Jerky Blonde. Okay, fine. Alright, so the reason why I like Jake Draw, just like I said earlier, well, okay, most of the shows that Dan Snyder created, they're not for the story. Hands down, this is not for the story. So it's just, shut up, okay? Let me finish talking.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, you did. You were here making gestures and jokes. Alright, so the reason why I like Drake and Josh show is because it's just really funny. Also, it's a show where you just put on the TV, go on your phone, and then look up for like 10 seconds and then laugh. That's just how most of the shows are, like how he creates. And it's just kind of like what he said, like they just have that character dynamic where they're just on the screen and you just start laughing. Really good show. I think it's damn on the top 3 show. I wouldn't say it. Zoe 101, iCarly, and Drake and Josh.
Alright. Number 4, I put iCarly. Said that's one of the best Nickelodeon shows ever. One of the best live action shows ever to be put on there. One of the best shows Dan Snyder ever did, man, which is crazy to say. She was the first YouTuber. She started all this, man, and it's crazy to think that, yo, she probably could have influenced YouTube. Someone would have saw her, like, yo, man, this show's hilarious. Why would someone make something like this and create a YouTube? Will he admit it? Probably not. I don't know, but it's just the show is hilarious. There's not really much I can say about it. I feel like I can't really say much, but you know, iCarly, Miranda Cosgrove, Sorry, Dem McCurry, Nathan Kress, Terry Trainer, Gibby, I forgot his real name. Noah Monk. There he is, Noah Monk. Oh yeah, they had that amazing group dynamic, and it's usually only 2 people, but they had a whole group. They can just bounce back off each other with every single thing. So much that Noah Monk became a main character because this is how good he was, you know, which is just awesome to see, you know. So definitely iCarly had a lot of amazing specials. They had, again, is there a bad episode of iCarly?
Yeah.
Which one? Yeah, it's hard to think. It's probably some bad episodes, but it's hard to think about what it is. So yeah, man, iCarly's definitely up there. Again, I never seen him watch this show in years.
Zoe 101.
In years.
4? Okay, I don't know what number I'm on, but
4.
Oh, so I guess we're on 4. So 4 is Zoe 101. I don't know why this nigga keeps saying that. I never had liked that show. I did like that show. Okay, I think like a couple summers ago. It was like back when I was in high school, middle school. We had this whole summer. The show we was watching every single day was Zoe 101.
I remember.
And we were just watching that show laughing because it's like probably one of the most interesting concepts of all time. You have a group of diverse kids at a boarding school, which boarding schools aren't that common now because they're like very expensive. But yeah, so you have a boarding school, and then you have all these kids just living there. Like, that's just like the coolest concept ever. Like, living on school. You'd be like, whoa, that's college. Well, yeah, college dorms are like very expensive, so you got to pay for them and everything. But here, you don't have to pay for it. You have to get accepted to school. You can live there, meet all these cool people. So yeah, I always wanted to go to a school like that. I had a chance, but yeah.
Alright, man. Number 5. For me, I put Victoria. Just recently, we were watching a couple random episodes of Victoria on our phones, and we kept laughing because Victoria's is just that funny. A very underrated show that I felt like could have had at least 2 more seasons, but was sadly canceled. Why? You know?
Already like branching off.
Okay, yeah, they were getting older. Yeah. See,
like all of them, like all 17 weeks. Of course, like over why they're being short too.
Yeah. So, I understand what. Shoot, Daniela Monet was the oldest, and she was doing shows with kids. She didn't care. Heck, she did.
She wasn't the main character. It was Victoria.
Yeah, but she was in that Timmy Turner live action.
Yeah.
All 3, I think. So, she obviously did not care. Victoria was just a hilarious, underrated show, and it's so weird because that cast is the same age as the iCarly cast, but they look so much older in the iCarly cast, and it's just insane. Maybe it's because of the way they dress and how they act, but it's just like, I would look at iCarly, see them in middle school, and I'll look at Victoria to see them in high school, even though they're in the same grade. You know, that's just how weird it was. And Victoria wasn't afraid to put some little adult jokes in there. Now people are trying to be offended by those adult jokes. It's like, dude, you were laughing so hard 5 years ago. Now all this news is coming out, and now you're trying to say you hate them. Stop. Yes, Dan Schneider is a weirdo. He had worked with freaking weirdos and pedophiles and child predators and all that stuff. Even though it looked like he wasn't a child predator, he was just a jerk and a weirdo. you know. But overall, the dude knew how to make a show, and Victorious was hilarious and funny. And man, I wouldn't mind if they made a reunion with that.
My fifth show was Victorious, but you already picked it, so my fifth will probably Fairy Odd. So it's none of these shows on Nickelodeon all have a story. And they're just basically shows that you can just watch. Shut up! They're basically shows you can just watch it, okay? So Fairy Odd is a very good show. There's barely any character development. This is a show that you can just watch and just like start to laugh. So yeah, that's it.
I haven't seen to watch Fairy Odd Parents in years.
I watched it like 2 months ago.
The whole series?
Not the whole series.
What'd you watch?
I watched like a few episodes.
Yeah. Now we're on Disney Channel. I want you shut up first.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. No, on Zach. Okay, so yeah, so my number one show on Disney is Sweet Life on Deck.
Me, I put the same exact thing. Sweet Life on Deck. I personally believe, like he said, that's the best show ever on Disney Channel. And it sucks that Disney didn't treat them right. Because I remember I listened to the story and Zach, they were going to do a third show. And the concept was that they were going to go back to the hotel and basically teach these two kids how to, you know, be like they were. And Disney was like, no, we don't really like that idea. And then they pitched the exact same idea that Zach and Cody, well, Cole and Dylan, and they were like, are you freaking kidding me? Oh, we're done. And that sucks because we could have haven't seen more Zach and Cody. Because again, they're real life brothers, so they have that amazing chemistry. I mean, one of the funniest scenes that entire series is that when Cody wrote that play about his breakup with Bailey. And when Cody comes out in that dress and you just see Zach's face just like, oh my gosh. You can tell he was trying to hold in his laughter. And then when Cody was like, I'm gonna be shaking my bonbons for every single one of them. You could just see Dylan turn around and just start laughing because he didn't want to do it on camera. Like, that's the chemistry I love for each show, man. And the fact that they were brothers and not just two random people that just look similar just made that even better. And it's like he said, you're on a freaking cruise ship going to amazing places around the world. For obviously you had to pay money. I'm about to say for free.
I think it was free. It was free for London. I think it was free for the kids too.
No, you had to pay. I remember in the first episode you said, oh, she gets a discount.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, you had to pay to get on the ship, but we didn't have to be accepted. Alright, sorry, a little wet. Something went out. Something went off. We are on Disney Channel, correct?
Yeah.
Like I was saying, Sweet Life on Deck. It's any kid's dream. Being on a cruise ship for the semester. I actually kind of want to do it. I know some colleges have that. Why? College have it. I'm gonna do it, bro. Unless it's Carnival. If it's Carnival, then I'm not doing it.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's Carnival.
Alright, man. Your turn. Number 2.
Alright, my number 2 will be Good Luck Charlie. I mean, I don't watch the show because of the baby, because that's weird. I'm not like that. I know Jack would. But I like the show because I don't know, it's just a relaxing show where you can just sit down and just relax and just watch it. Pretty good show. Yeah, so that's my number 2.
My number 2 is Sweet Life on Zach and Cody. So when Disney Plus first came out, I think the first show I watched was Sweet Life on Deck. And after Sweet Life on Deck, I was like, let me watch Zach and Cody. Because I never really watched when I was younger. I watched episodes, but I couldn't remember it. Because I was really young, but I remember episodes for Sweet Life on Deck. So I rewatched Zach and Cody, and that show was just as hilarious as Sweet Life on Deck, man. And I thought Sweet Life on Zach and Cody was just middle school and Deck was high school, but Zach and Cody has some high school in there. So I thought that was pretty cool. And overall the show's just amazing. It's just similar. It's very similar to Sweet Life on Deck. Just Sweet Life on Deck was more high school, or Zach and Cody's more kiddish. So I really love that show. Again, exact same funniness from Deck as Zack and Cody, just younger. So that was really good. Alright,
number 3 will be Phineas and Ferb. Phineas and Ferb is funny, man. Like,
go on. I said go on.
Dude, stop.
You have nothing left.
It don't matter.
Stop. Okay, alright, go on. He ran out already. I had this water in.
I was spraying that yesterday. Okay, so I'm not gonna have enough water in there. Okay, as I was saying, my third show is Phineas and Ferb. The show is funny, okay? Funny with a capital F. The show is very funny. You can watch that show. You can put that show on Disney Plus and just keep watching it until you go to sleep. Because that's how good that show is. One of my favorite episodes would be The Beat. And then Summer Belongs to You. Those are 2 of the best episodes that I know. Is my favorite 2 episodes, so yeah.
I don't know why. I remember watching that show episode.
Oh yeah, my number 3 will probably be Meat. I love that episode.
Meat. I don't remember why, but I just remember watching Summer Belongs to You very early in the morning, like 5 o'clock in the morning. Like before I had to go to school. Alright, my third episode, my favorite show was technically on Disney Channel. It technically was. It's not from Disney Channel, but when Disney bought it, it was on there for like the season, but Disney purposely messed it up so the show to get canceled. And that series is this dude over here. That show is The Spectacular Spider-Man, which is personally in my top 5 favorite cartoons of all time. That show is just awesome, man. One of the best Spider-Man series of all time. One of the best superhero shows, and it deserved to be finished. He made to see Peter go through all these troubles, just be like, man, F this man, I don't want to be Spider-Man no more. Man. Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, forget this, I don't want to be Spider-Man no more. And he's about to drink the jeans cleanser, and then he just looks at Uncle Ben's picture, and he's just like, nah, Spider-Man saved him today. If I wasn't here, who knows what would have happened. I need to save Spider-Man for a while. That's just awesome. My favorite episode is probably, what is it called? Identity Crisis? I believe that's what it's called. When Venom basically told everybody Peter's Spider-Man, and Peter's getting chased around by all these reporters. Oh, you Spider-Man, you Spider-Man. He's like, no, he has to deny it. And then Venom's just fighting him, and they're at the school, and Venom rips his mask off, and Peter's like, oh shoot. And he has to sneak his head around, gets his mask back, and he's fighting Venom. That entire sequence is just awesome. I don't care what anybody says. The best Spider-Man series, one of the best superhero shows, and it needs to be finished. It was canceled too soon because Disney wanted their own Spider-Man show, and they didn't want to use somebody else's. So hopefully one day, because it seems like we get closer and closer each year, that maybe Spectacular Spider-Man will get finished. Disney and Sony just need to talk, have it out, and just be like, here's Spectacular Spider-Man Season 3.
My number 4 show is Gravity Falls. The show was actually...
He ain't watched Gravity Falls!
Shut up, guy!
He never watched it!
It don't matter.
See, that's how you know he just put random stuff. He don't take this serious.
I have watched Gravity Falls.
Sorry, we had to go through another one. Alright, go ahead. I would say I've never seen you watch Gravity Falls.
I have watched a few episodes, okay?
A few?
Okay, yeah, a few.
You have never watched the series?
It don't matter, I still watched it before. Alright. Yeah, so my number 4 is Gravity Falls.
That is your number 5. So let's skip through. My number 4 is Gravity Falls, a show that I've actually watched. Sorry about that. A reminder came up and I had to stop it. Luckily, he knows how to add 2 videos together, correct? Yeah. So, Gravity Falls, It's a very entertaining show that actually has a good story and it's entertaining. I mean,
one of the few shows on either deck would actually have a good story.
You know, you usually have one or the other. This one has both. So, Dipper's my personal favorite character, and how he always just wanted to solve a good mystery. And Elias always hated cartoons nowadays, but I remember one time watching that show. He's like, yeah, that show's actually pretty good. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah. I was like, exactly. All of a sudden, you bash new shows and how your shows are better. He finally actually watched it. I don't think he watched the entire series, but I know he liked it. Gravity Falls sadly ended after 2 seasons, which I wish it didn't, and I wish it was still on now. I totally would watch it again if it came out with a new series, though maybe older, or even the same age. It doesn't really matter. Gravity Falls is just such a good show, and I didn't realize how many people liked it that much. Seriously, it lasted for years, but only had 2 seasons, and both seasons are peak, man. Finally finding out who the author of the book was, the Stan brother, oh my gosh, awesome. But yeah, Gravity Falls is definitely number 4.
Wait, we only had 2 seasons?
Yeah.
I thought I had 4.
No.
Alright, my fifth.
Oh yeah, and it sucks that Disney had no faith in that show. I didn't know, I found that out, but yeah, they really had no faith in that show.
My 5th and final show is My Babysitter of Vampire. My 5th episode was the episode where a whole bunch of girls had like a host crush on like the main character of the show, and I was like, I really vibes too. That was his favorite episode too, and I used like, dang, bro, that's so cool. I had all those girls chasing after you and everything, all because I'm getting a host. So that's my 5th.
My 5th is a show I watched about a few years ago. I was in 10th grade. I knew about this show, and since Disney Plus it came out, I was like, let me watch it.
Actually,
no,
I was watching.
No, it wasn't 5th. I think it was 11th. I watched it for the first time, and that show is The Proud Family. That show is hilariously funny. I was just like, yo. One of my favorite scenes that I thought was so funny is when, I forgot what happened to Oscar, but the doctor came over to his house and he fixed him up. He's like, all right, $500. And he was like, $500 for some aspirin and some glue? I just thought that was hilarious. I think, was I watching that in class? I don't know if I was watching that in class and I was just holding in my laugh so hard, or I was watching it in my room and I just started laughing so hard. I don't remember. But that show is just so funny. And I want to rewatch it again because that's how funny that show is. I want to remember all the episodes again because, you know, sometimes you got to refresh yourself. Like, oh yeah, I remember this episode. Oh yeah, I don't remember this episode. Yeah, this episode was actually really funny. Or, you know, that episode was not as funny as I thought it was. You know, but Power Family is definitely a very good show and I liked it, man.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. So now we've done all of that. What was the best network growing up?
The best network growing up, I would have to say, it most likely had to be Nickelodeon. Disney has, though it was good too, also that's a close second. But growing up, I have to say, out of all the shows we was watching, I'll have to say, out of all the shows network we was watching, the most shows we was watching was Nickelodeon. So for me, no one network is Nickelodeon, and I think it's still Nickelodeon now, but like, I haven't watched TV on there, because all the TV shows on there now suck, so. The last good show was like Zarbark, and they canceled that. After
That was Disney.
Yeah, I know. That was the last good show that came out now. That was actually pretty good. And then Jake Paul got in being stupid, and then they kicked him off the show. And then after the 2 seasons they had him on, the show was really bad. So yeah, your turn.
You know, it's hard. It's a hard question. You think about Disney, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, and I think the first one I'm definitely gonna exit out is Disney, only because I felt Disney was more for females than males, or for both. It felt like it was more targeted for a female audience, and that's Disney Channel. Now, if you go and look at all the shows, they're all just female centered, and all the guy shows there's none. And I don't.
Guys are on Disney XD.
Yeah, and no one watches Disney XD. And it sucks to see that because it's just like, man, and you could tell that you had Sweet Life on Zack and Cody, you had Sweet Life on deck, but at the same time you had Wizard of Waverly Place, which was a good show. You had Hannah Montana, which I never watched. What's another show there? That's So Raven. You had all these female-centered shows while guys could sit there and watch. While shows now it's just like, yo, but even then they were still good. But I'm thinking about it, I'm just like, man, I can't really get behind most of the shows. So Disney Channel got to be the first one to go. Now it's down to Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network. And I think when it comes to Cartoon Network, yes, Cartoon Network beats Nickelodeon at that. I feel like they have way more popular cartoons and way more better cartoons, way more funny cartoons than Nickelodeon ever did. Nickelodeon is more a live action, which obviously Cartoon Network sucked at live action, and Nickelodeon definitely beat Disney at live action TV shows because of Dan Schneider. Let's be honest, it was him. He really helped beat Disney and all these shows with Drake and Josh, iCarly, Victoria, Zoe 101, Kenan and Kel, all that. Did I say Drake and Josh already? Yeah. Henry Danger. If it wasn't for him, man, Nickelodeon wouldn't be as big as it is. So when I think about what shows, what network was the best network, I gotta give it to Nick too. I gotta give it to Nick. Cause they got amazing cartoons. I'm more of the cartoons better than Cartoon Network. No, but Nickelodeon does have Avatar, and it does have SpongeBob. While yes, Cartoon Network had way better cartoons than Nick, but at the end of the day, Nick got cartoons and they got live action. So I gotta go with Nick. Plus, I remember when I was young, I used to tell my brother all the time, Elias, put on 36, and that was Nickelodeon, man, for Comcast. We'll exit Infinity. So I definitely gotta give it to Nickelodeon with that one. I think we both agreed on that. Yeah. So yeah, that's awesome. The next video, I don't know. You know when we upload it. Another tribute to Elias. How many videos you want to do with these? A week?
I guess all of it.
All the videos in a week.
Oh no, not in a week. Like all of them.
But yeah, we're gonna do all of it in general. I'm saying how many videos you want to release a week?
Oh, I guess one because it's happening every.
Yeah. Alright then. I know you guys wanted to do 2 videos per week, but one is what they did. So we're gonna be doing a tribute to Elias video for a few months then. Yeah. He deserves it. So I'm excited to finally finish this list off for him. I know he wanted to do this with his friends, but sadly he can't. And honestly, I would love to know what my brother's doing. I miss him. And I'm going through a rough spot, like I told you in my last video. I'm in this gray area, and I don't want to be in this gray area. I want to be back to where I was. But sadly, I don't think I'll ever be back to where I was. And I miss him. I'll do anything to make him come back. I'll do anything to go back in time and stop it from happening. And sometimes I wish I just talked to my brother one last time like that. I didn't get the chance to. You ever feel that way?
Yeah.
Just talk to him one last time.
Yeah.
And it could have been anything, bro. But I miss him. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. One more video like this video. Go ahead and comment down below, go ahead, like and subscribe. Yeah. And I guess we'll see you guys next week for episode 4. Episode 2 for tribute to Steveetheblack, aka Steven Tobias Coleman. Alright, peace out. Thank you guys.
Back against the wall.